Welcome to another edition of Dizzarian Plays Final Fantasy XIV. I am on my level 4 Arcanist, and right where I left off, thanks for tuning in to my third episode of this. And want to go ahead and start turning in a whole bunch of quests. You can see I've got a whole bunch that I completed in this last round between episodes. I just kind of finished everything up, got my summon, and I'm going to turn in some things. But I wanted to show you something here when we turn something in. If you're new to Final Fantasy XIV, hoping these videos help bring a few more people in. And if you're following along, when you turn something in, I want you to take a look. We're going to hand this over first. Okay. And you're going to get your choice of things that you get. You're almost always going to have this last option, and it's just basically a currency exchangeable for gil, which is the currency. You have that always available because you may already have something similar to one of these two items. And again, I want to point out that you maintain an armory by hitting Control I that has all of your items in it. So you can see, like, this item, if I compare it, item comparison, I'm wearing this tunic, right? And they actually have the exact same stats, except this one is level 5 and has intelligence on it. Okay, so I may want that just for that extra intelligence, although at this low level it's probably not going to mean that much. So you want to make sure you check those bonuses, because just seeing these numbers here at the top don't tell the whole story. But if I already had something similar to that, I may want to go ahead and take this other. Even though it has Disciple of War on it, I'm not Disciple of War, I'm Disciple of Magic. I may want to grab that, because at some point I may switch classes to that. Again, in Final Fantasy XIV, you can change classes almost anytime you want. All you have to do is change the weapons, and it'll adjust to your level. So if you know, for an example, that you're going to later on level up a warrior, then you may want this item instead of the one that you got for when you go back and level this guy. So it's always just something to keep care of. Since this does have a bonus to the intelligence on it, I'm going to go ahead and complete that and take that. So if we look into my inventory here now, oh, I can't wear it because I'm level 5. So when I get to be level 5, I'll be able to put that on. But you can see how it went. I'm in my armory chest here, and it went into this. Let's go ahead and turn in a few more things here. So this one, I'm going to get a choice between hats, and definitely want my hat there. And you can see now he's got one of the main quests. And as I said in the previous episodes, I do like to read the storylines, the main storyline. I'm going to avoid reading all of the side quests. Although if you haven't been through this game before, you want to read all this stuff, because it's just got great stories throughout. But we're mainly going to be focusing on the main storyline for this playthrough. So let's see what he has to say. Still in Lamensa, are ye? Oh, do you fancy a trip outside the city walls? I'd like you to visit an orchard by the name of O Summer's Farms. Ever heard of the place? The owner, Stalerin, is an old mate of mine. He's got himself a crew of mostly reformed pirate types, if you can believe that, and has been trying to bring a bit of life back to the fields after the calamity ruined the soil. He mentioned needing another and or two, and your name sprang to mind. I gave you a glowing recommendation, so make sure you work hard and impress the old bastard. You need directions? The place ain't hard to find. Just take the Zephyr Gate out the city and follow the road northeast. It's very good. So now we're going to go out into the countryside, and there's always establishments out there as well. Before I do that, though, I do have some more quests to turn in. In fact, we're going to go talk to the Arcanist trainer, too. So let me wrap that up, and I'll be back. Okay, so I've made it back to the guild master here, and she sent us on a quest. I see the creatures beyond the city walls posed you little threat. Is it with great pleasure, then, that I formally recognize your initiation into the guild from this day forth? You may proudly bear the title of Arcanist. I suggest you continue your forays in the wilderness and keep the pages of your grimoire turning. There is no finer teacher than the harsh mistress of experience. And to commemorate this occasion, I gift you with a hunting log. The enemies marked within this pages have been specifically chosen to challenge your ability in Arcanium. When you devise a new strategy or tactic, you now have ready a source of opponents of which to test it. And when you feel you can command the carbuncle as easily as you might move your own limbs, return to me further instructions. I'll be waiting. All right. This one's going to be available at level 5, so she's locked up for now. And we now have the hunting log. Let me show you that really quick, because this is another thing that has to do with changing classes and whatnot. You can see here, you actually can choose the different classes that you've already accepted from the guilds. We only have one available right now, the Arcanist, and it's telling you can go ahead and kill these little items, and they go up and they unlock once you get past level 10 even. So this is kind of a way to give you a little bit to hunt while you're leveling up your character. Later when you switch characters, like we're going to go to level 15 and then switch characters. Might do that path where we might go all the way to 30. I'll figure that out later. But when you come back and level another character, all these quests may not be available anymore. So this gives you something you can do to help level that new class along. All right, so I've just got a couple of more items to turn in and then head out to Summerford Farm. So I'll probably meet you out there. So I've ran out the Zephyr Gate, and won't worry about the fate right now. I'll tell you that at another time. What I wanted to show you here was you can see this little sea-looking icon. These are the items that were in my hunting log. So you can see I've got the ladybug there. So if we kill it, all right, so if we do H now, you can see that I've progressed that along. So that's how you do that, and I get some experience at the end. And but I wouldn't necessarily go after these on your first playthrough. You can get them if you see them, but they're not as important as whenever you're leveling that second class. Well, I was not taking my own advice and actually killing these guys. And I think I somehow participated in that fate. A fate is kind of like an open quest. There's usually things going around, and you'll see them as pink on the map. And we'll join one of those later on to show you more. But I leveled, so I'm now level 5. And just over here to the side, we can see some lost lambs. And I need these for one of my quests. They look more like lamb rats. I mean, look at this. They have rat tails, and they don't look right. Alright, so I'm going to clean those. Oh, they got meat. That's what I'm doing. I'm collecting. So I'm going to clean these up, and then we're going to head on to the farm. Okay, and I'm pulling into the farm here. Summerford Farms. And the guy is up top, or is he inside the doorway here? Let's see. Doesn't look like he's in here. Alright, and there's Dalewyn. Ooh. You must be the adventurer Bandarin promised to send along. Dizzarian, wasn't it? Yes. You honored his words, so that's a good start. I'm Stelrin, the old bastard of Bandarin likely described me, and this here's my humble orchard. A good number of the lads and lasses working here once terrorized the high seas, and if you're wondering why I employ such scrags, well, they used to be crew on my pirate ship. But the calamity did for our ship like it did so many others, and was sore wounded into the bargain. I had to feed myself and my crew somehow, and Admiral Mirwib's initiative to get us landlocked buccaneers work in the field seemed too fine an offer to refuse. Well, it turns out you can take a pirate away from the sea, but you can't take the sea away from the pirate. A lot of the blokes just need to tend in the soil, you see. Just never took to it. And unfortunately, the botanists I called to the train, and have been wringing their hands in black despair. With so much work piling up, I need a tougher soul like you to step in and help where it's needed. Yes, give me some boots. All right. Okay. Quest completed. All right, so we are now level 6. So let's go ahead and open up the inventory here. We can now kind of deck ourselves out in some gear that we've been collecting on the quest. So let's do that now. Let's equip. Get that. Equip this so we can get some +1 intelligence. And equip these. Oh my god. Look at that. Oh, that doesn't look good at all. Oh, that's quite terrible. Oh, that was a bad choice, but we got no other choice. Just sometimes you just gotta look bad, and until you get geared out in Final Fantasy. Let's see what he has to say now. I've mind to set you a task, Disaster, but before I do, I need to be sure you're properly kitted out. Pirates don't care to parley in dandies. You understand? Well, I look like a dandy. I might as well be that one here that traded in their cutlass for the coulters, but they're still rogues at heart. I know a solid set of gear when I see it. Come back when you think you're more suitably equipped. Equip your head, body, hands, legs, feet with the gear of the item level 5 or greater to speak with Stalwart. Alright, I also want to show you one more thing here. If we hit C, you can see, you know, your gear and all of your stats and everything else, but there's a very important button right up here. There's recommended gear. When you do this, it's going to show you all of the gear that is recommended for your level, and we don't have a lot of this right now. If we did, it would actually point those out, and you could hit equip. And it would go ahead and put all those items in. That's not always necessarily the best thing you can do, but it is there to make it very easy to switch between your classes without saving them, which we don't have the ability to save yet, but we'll get there at some point. You can see that my armor level right now is level 4. That's what this little thing here means. So let's see if he accepts our task. Let's have a look at you. Oh, as long as you're this well covered, I won't feel guilty throwing you to the sharks. Erstwhile buccaneers are the ornery lot. They rage in the love of the sea and care little for the laws of the land. But they respect strength, and by the looks of you, I'd say you have a little trouble getting their attention. Aha, now we're also going to get an item that we can use to help our damage. So we can see I've got a leather grimoire, and it's intelligence +1, complete. So I'll use this button again. You can see now that it's actually pointing to that, saying, hey, you definitely need to wear that, so we'll equip it. And that changed my armor level to 5. Very cool. Now what does he have to do? Ah, Disaster. The aura confidence tells me you've not been idle since last we met. I've been right here. I hope I've read you right. You've a task that requires the attention of the capable adventurer. Might that adventurer be you? Oh yeah, that'd be me. Good to hear. Then I shall lay before you a sorry tale. You will have heard rumors of the abductions. Aye, citizens have been disappearing from every corner of Lamensa, as if plucked from the face of Hydale, boots and all, by the unseen hand. And what's this got to do with the Summerford Farms? You might ask. Well, that remains to be seen, but it seems a collection of right unsavory fellows with azure tattoo faces have been creeping up on the edges of the fields and spying on me yeomen. Now, I doubt anyone be scrutinized by such savages at the best of times, but the farmhands are convinced that they're kidnappers of a rumor come for their hides. Needless to say, they're beside themselves and with worry, and their work's suffering for it, which is the very last thing I need when my old crewmen are still getting used to their new jobs. It's a struggle to get them to leave the farmhouse of a morning. That is, as they say, where you come in. Would you be willing to investigate these tattooed thugs for me? Aye, aye. Good lad. The sooner we get to the bottom of this, the sooner the place will start resembling a working farm again. I suggest to begin by having a look around Seasong Grotto. If reports are to be believed, our unwelcome visitors have occupied the place. Okay. But be careful, though, Disaster. I could say for sure what manner of miscreants we're dealing with here. If they are kidnappers, well, just be on your guard. It's all right. Okay, except that quest. Oh, very good. Alright, so he wants me to, not that. Speak with me. Aha, lurkers in the grotto. We can see that right here if we click on it. And you can always click on it and go in here and see the map. And you can see that it actually tells you exactly where that is. So we're going to be going over to Seasong Grotto. Just real quick, I wanted to show you guys. If you hit the home key and the scroll lock key, you can turn off the interface and zoom into first person. And I just wanted to take a look at this scenery just outside the gates here. Isn't that just incredibly awesome? My goodness, that is just beautiful. Okay, so I'm coming up on the seaside grotto here. You can see it's kind of a hole in the ground here. Not sure what to expect down in here. Got some boogie, which I can use. I can kill those from my hunting log. That's what that little symbol means. And we're going to take a look at the stone mountain here. Monument, not mountain. You're about to enter an instance. So this is going to be our first instance on the camera. And they only occur during certain quest missions. Take a moment to read. Yep. Alright. That's fine. So, they're called duties. I don't know why, but they're duties. They're kind of like dungeons, instance things. So just duty means basically an instance. If your level's above 9, you'll be synced. So it also has level syncing. So if I was way above, then it would go and drop me down to level 9. But we're definitely nowhere near that, so we're going to go on in.
I am the waves that bear.
Oh my gosh.
I am the winds that guide. I am the evening stars. I am the morning sky. I am born of the sea, and there shall I die. Thus reads the sailor's requiem, carved into yonder stone. Such words well describe the manner in which the citizens of Limsa Lominsa live their lives. It is both a litany against misfortune for those out on the waves, and a prayer that the souls of those who perish on land might find their way back to the sea. Ah, you are the adventurer I've seen around Summerford Farm. I thought myself on the trail of the kidnappers, but it would seem I have missed my mark.
What?
Or perhaps not.
Yeah,
As I
like
suspected,
that.
the etheric
funny.
disturbance here is no natural occurrence. Nor is it a coincidence that the two of us should come here in search of those responsible for the disappearances, only to be attacked.
Yeah,
But who
that's scary.
stands to benefit from the keeping of this secret? Oh, such thoughts must wait. Let us attend to the task at
Let us
hand,
attend.
unpleasant though it be.
I like her writing. It's pretty good. Alright, this is going to be our first big fight. The duty has commenced. So you'll also see I've got a new spell on my bar here that gives me 20% maximum. So I've got health and magic points now. So it's going to be very handy. My bar going around. I think it's not dying very quickly, is it? It's a little loud. I did adjust the volume. I might have to bring it down just a little bit more to where you guys can hear it better. Let me know what you think about the sound. Gosh. Make sure I keep the poison on him because that's bio is what it says. But it's damage over time. Pretty easy so far. Just hammering away on it. Where the disruption of the Aether draws others. See, now we've got other people. Now we're going to have to take them out. They're a lot easier to take out. back up a little just in case. Keep your focus on the battle, leaving them tending of the wounds to me. She's going to heal me all the way, so there's really no chance of you dying during this battle. But, it's just I kind of found, and I could be wrong, but for me, like, it always seems easier to do, get rid of the additional mobs first. Alright, more there. Not both of them. Let that work on them. She's supposed to be healing me. Better get to it. Oh, there it is. Okay, I was about to heal myself. See, if I put that dot on, he's already halfway down. And since he's almost dead, I'm going to, as her say, just go ahead and take him out. And I'm going to get a couple of things in my hand log as well. Duty complete. I like this guy.
Phew!
Phew. Ooh, what's that? Oh, not this again. My little dainty outfit. What's that?
Here, feel.
This is what she said on the first episode.
Think.
Wow.
Crystal
Shorts are cracking
bearer.
me up.
I am Heidelin, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate.
Being begged by a crystal.
The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them.
Huge crystal.
By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
somebody else? Ah, there's just lots of us around.
Shine thy light on all creation.
Very well. Man, some long cutscenes. So I do apologize. I usually keep my episodes a little bit shorter than this.
Awake again? Are we? Aha! The poor creature's fury was kindled with cruel forethought. See this blade? I found it in the Goobbue's back.
Goobbues.
I have seen knives of this kind before. They are most commonly used for the cutting of rope. It would appear our culprits are seafaring men of some persuasion. Piratical being the most probable. In any event, you seem much recovered from your sudden affliction. I confess, I was rather taken aback when you collapsed at the very moment of our victory. Mayhap a surfeit of ether?
No, some crystal took me up and I
I
floated
beg your
around.
pardon. A towering crystal? I'm sure I don't... Well, well. This has been a day of unexpected revelations. I must continue my investigation. In the meantime, I suggest you deliver this knife to your patron, along with a warning concerning the pirate's probable involvement in this murky business. The days ahead promise little rest, I fear. May our paths cross again, under the light of the crystal.
Very well. All right, so that's going to complete this episode. Like I said, I apologize. I don't usually go this long. I should have stopped it before we went into that. But that's okay. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up and leave any comments that you may have. I'm just getting started on these videos. I'm still adjusting things. Every new game is different, so it takes a little bit to get into them. But I do hope you're enjoying it. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscription button. It means a lot to me when you do, and you'll get notifications of all of the new videos coming out, and I plan on doing this for quite a while as far as Final Fantasy is concerned, so you want to make sure you're subscribed so you can get notification of that. So, till next time, bye.